Right. The SI scholarship is officially open, and in this video, I'll be taking you through how to fill out the forms so that I don't make a mistake. All right. So this is the page. So you have to create an account in case you don't have one. All right. So you have to. So I will come to this point. Find programs. So okay, let me. So here you're going to apply to the programs that you apply to university admissions in that order, in that priority. So let's say, for example, I apply to 4 programs at university admissions. So I'm going to search for the first one. Let's say sustainable. Okay, let me use public health. Public health. So I will search. So maybe my fifth choice was Lund University. So I will choose Lund. This is my fourth choice. All right, this is my fourth choice. And I will go back again, go to browse institution. What's this? Um, okay, I think I already applied. Let me remove this one. Let me remove this. I actually selected computer science before, so I think I need to remove it. Yeah, I need to remove it. So let me go back. Um, it may be longer than I did this, so I'm just trying to make sure I don't make the mistake. Okay, go back to institution, browse institution, I can find programs. So let me take that computer science. I need to delete it out. Search. So this one, let me just work with what I have. So let me search again, maybe public health, and I search. Then maybe the next one is let's me let me take Umeo University, so I applied. So I go back to my application. So let's say I apply to these 3 programs, but you can apply for 4 programs if that is what you did at university admission. So here I have computer science, public health, public health. So this is just for tutorial. purpose. All right. So what I will do next, I have selected my three programs. So I will go to my application again, and then I have tax. Okay, this is where you upload your ID card. So when you click on this, then you have to attach your passport. So maybe let me just look for something and upload. Let me go to my download. Let me see. This is my this is my passport. So then after that, you now click. I have attached my passport, and then you will now cancel, close it. So passport have been uploaded. So the next thing now is your CV. So you come here, click on CV. So you click on upload CV. Then let's say maybe this is my CV. Let me just look for something and upload. And this is my CV. Then it has uploaded. So I will click, I have uploaded my CV, and then it has saved. Now we close it back. Then it has show resolved. Then this part, you're going to upload your proof of work and leadership form. So I click, then I select documents, and then let me see something else. Um, use this, and then I will check this button, and then saved, closed. That show that I've uploaded. Then next is reference letters. So how we upload, maybe this is my reference letter. Yeah, so I will click, I have updated my reference letters, and then I will close. So everything else show that I've, uploaded all my documents. So what else again is left for me? Then let me go to tax. Okay, this is it. Okay, so what next again? Application. This place where I need to fill in my information. Let me click edit application. Okay, yeah, this place, yeah, good. So here, this is my priority program. So yeah, so I can decide to delete. Remember, I made a mistake in the first part, so I can delete this one. Then I have public health, so I can add public health again. Maybe I made four choices. So public health. So I can choose this one. Yeah, so I can still go back again, priorities. Yeah, I can add my fourth choice, then public health. So maybe my fourth choice is maybe is Stockholm University. So I click apply. So I have my four choices. Okay. Now these choices are assume that it is what I apply to at university admissions. Okay, so there's a drop down button here. So there are four options. No, but I wish to expand my field of knowledge. Yes, this same field as my bachelor's degree. Yes, same field as my work experience. Yes, same field as both my bachelor's degree and my work experience. So The idea here is that if your bachelor's degree and your work experience are in the same field, so you can click this. All right. Otherwise, you can choose any of the options. So like choose this, and then the same thing too. Yes, same field as both my bachelor's degree and my work experience. Then the same thing with this one, the same thing with this one. All right. So I will save. All right, save our draft. All right, so we can come back to it later. So the next one is applicant verification. So here you are going to write your application number at university admissions. I think it's about 4-digit number. So you can just go to university admission, then copy and paste. So for the purpose of this video, I will just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is my application number at university admission. All right. So then they say, what subject area does your first priority masters belong to? So I will click on this button, and then maybe since I applied to health, so I will come and see if there's health in this drop down. If there's health, okay, so I will just, what I will do, okay, yeah, health and life science is under healthcare. So this is my priority area. So in your own, maybe it could be education, it could be STEAM and other things. So for this uh, tutorial, so I'm using health because I selected health programs. Then the same thing too in the second choice, health and life science. Then in the third choice, health and life science. And then in the fourth choice, health and life sciences. So I will save a draft, and then so what next again? Okay, we've done applicant verification. So now applicant information. So maybe your name is Francis. All right. So in case you have two names, if you have two names, you can add your middle name, maybe Francis Okafor. Then maybe your surname is Obinna. All right. So your date of birth. So which year were you born? Let's say you are born in 1992. Which month? Let's say February. The day, let's say, is 13. So here you fill in your gender, male or female. Let's say you are female. Then, of course, this is your country of origin. Then this one is optional. So then city of residence, let's say you reside in Abuja, in Abuja. The country of residence, Nigeria. So you click Nigeria. So are you the first in your immediate family to conduct study at university level? So if you are not the first, you can put no. If you are the first, you can put yes. So let me say okay, let me say yes. Then save as draft. Then I will come to my contacts. So here you're going to include your phone number. All right. So if you have two phone numbers, you can add it, but whichever one. So let me see here. Okay, I'm from Nigeria. Let me scroll down to Nigeria. Okay, let me just type Nigeria. So yeah, so maybe a phone number is let's say 070-677-2435, just guessing. So click save as draft. Okay, I think let me remove this one. Save as draft. Okay, let me see. 633. See again. Okay, so it's okay now. So So the next thing now is academic background. So where did you obtain your bachelor's degree? So the country, all right. So let's say Nigeria. So this is Nigeria. So the name of the university, let's say, is University of uh, of Port Harcourt. All right. So the highest level of education completed, so we can say undergraduate, all right? But if you have masters, you can add your masters. It doesn't disqualify you from the scholarship. Then in what field do you have or we obtain a bachelor's degree? So what field? So there are different fields there. So I will still choose health and life sciences because I already say that my programs are in health sciences, so but you can just scroll and see which one is applicable to you. So I'm choosing health and life sciences. And then in this place, how many master's degree have you completed? So if you have done any one, you can say one, two, three, four, five. If you have not, so you can click none. So if you say you have done any one, I mean, it does not in any way, affect your application. All right. So I say, please make sure to include all master's degree prior to the start of your master's studies in Sweden in August 2025. So this place, the year that you obtain your bachelor's degree, let's say it's 2018. Then have you previously studied or pursued research in a country other than Sweden with any form of scholarship? If you have, so we have four options here. Yes, for a degree or more. Yes, for more than one semester. Yes, for one semester or less. Then if you have no, you can click no. Then have you previously studied or pursued research in Sweden with any form of scholarship? So of course, no. So save as draft. And then the next part is work experience. So now this is very, very important. All right. So the first work experience, it says, in which sector does the organization you work operate? So is it private sector, public sector, civil society, academia? So maybe if your company is privately owned, you can choose a private sector. Or if you work in a public agency, that are owned by the government, you choose public sector. All right. So then what type of work experience did you have at this organization? Of course, you have to be full-time. All right. Otherwise, you can choose any other option. So I assume it's full-time. And then how many hours have you worked in this particular organization? Remember, the hour you're going to put here must tally with what you have in your proof of work. It must, otherwise it will it will show a red flag in your application. So let's say in your proof of work and work experience, you put in, let's say 4,000 hours. So you're still going to put 4,000 hours here. All right, so 4,000. Then in what field did you work at this organization? So you just click on this place. And then, so since we choose health and life sciences, so I'm still going to choose health and life sciences here. Then, did you have leadership position at this organization? So if you have, you click yes. Then, you now say, did you hold responsibility for any of the following within the organization? So what is the leadership role you have? Is this supervising the work of employees, deciding on an organization, department, or budget? So you're going to choose the one that is applicable to you. So let me say, for example, I was like the head of the uh, department. So we click this. Then you now say, how many hours have you worked at this particular position? So the same thing too, in your leadership hours, it must correspond with what you're going to put here. So if in your leadership form you use, let's say, 3,000 hours. So here it has to be 3,000 hours. All right. So you click save as draft. So we are done with the first work. Then second work experience, maybe second work experience. So maybe in what sector did you worked? Maybe, okay, let's say it's private sector. Otherwise, you can choose any other option. Then maybe it's also a full-time job. Then how many hours do you have in your second work experience? Let's say this is maybe 3,000. Then in what field did you work? So let's say it's still health and life sciences. Then do you have leadership role at this organization? Yes or no, depends what you have in your document. So let's say I have yes, and then maybe it has to do with supervising the work of others. So I click this part. And then how many hours have I worked in this leadership role? So maybe let's say of course you have to tally with what you have in your form. All right. So let's say I have maybe 1,500. So I'll save as draft. And then coming to this third work experience, if you don't have it, if you are submitting only two work experience, then no need to fill this one. But if you have, then you can fill it. So let's assume I have, then maybe I work in a private sector. Maybe it was like let's say it's full time, and then maybe it was how many hours? Let's say maybe it's 2,000 hours. And then in what field? Maybe still health and life sciences. Did you have leadership role in this organization? So maybe I can choose no, and then I'm good to go. So if I have none, so I can put zero, then save as draft. But if you don't have, don't even click it, okay? Just if you are using two work experience, then don't click it. Then here is activities and involvement. So what are you currently okay, what are you doing currently? So, studying, seeking employment, employed. So I'm going to put, okay, I'm employed, I'm still working. Yeah, that is employed. And then, does your current employment occupation offer you the opportunity to take leave or absence for your intended studies in Sweden? So, there are five options here. The first one is I am not employed at the moment. Yes, I'll be able to take paid leave during my studies. Yes, I will be able to take unpaid leave during my studies. Well, during my time, I use this one. I say yes, I'll be able to take unpaid leave during my studies. So use your discretion to choose which one is better for you. But during my own time, I selected this one. That is the third one. Okay. Then are you currently engaged in a network, voluntary work, or any other civil society activities? Yes. Then have you previously been engaged in a network, voluntary work, or any other civil society activities? So I choose yes, I volunteer in a network. I also I I selected this one, and then I also selected this. So number two, number four, number five is what I selected. All right. So in this place, it said in total, for how many hours have you been engaged in a network, voluntary work, or any other civil society activities? Now, this question is very tricky, but this is how to go about it. In your in your network, you have a reference letter from network. Maybe you use maybe the number of hours, let's say it's 2,000 hours. And then you have other network engagement in your CV. Maybe in your CV, you use three networks or two networks. So you estimate the total hours for all the networks in your CV, including the one in your reference letter. So maybe you can say is let's say it is 3,000 200. All right. Maybe in the one in your reference data, let's say maybe is you use 1,500, and then the other two, when you sum everything together, you have 3,200. So it's talking about the total hours in all the network in your CV, including the one in your reference data. So it's the total hours they are asking for, not just the one on your reference data. Okay. Then I say, does your employment or engagement in a network relate to any of the UN Sustainable Development Goals? You have to click yes. Then here you're going to choose how many how many of those goals are related to your engagement. So you can choose up to maximum of three. So maybe the first one, maybe your work. Okay, like we remember that we this particular example is focused on public health. So the first one is health, that is good health. health and well-being. And let's say also maybe my engagement in network, maybe one of them falls under maybe reduce inequality, and then maybe the other one has to do maybe with zero hunger. So based on the three SDG, so the first one is health, that is because we are giving this example based on public health, and then maybe the other ones from our network, maybe one is reduce inequalities, and the other one is zero hunger. So you choose those three and then save as draft. And then, so what next again is connection to Sweden. Do you have any previous connection to Sweden? No. If yes, with the settings, so just not applicable. Then, prior to August 2025, have you resided in Sweden for cumulatively 2 years or more? No, except if you have. All right. So, how did you come across information about SI? So, I think you can use either social media, you can use this or this. Yeah. So, I think the best option you can just use can use social media, any of these three, one, two, three, so you can use social media, yeah, or this, any of the three first is correct. So, okay, then save as draft. Then what else again? So motivation letter, which I've already, so you just copy and paste. I already did a video on how to approach this year motivational letter. So just copy and paste. All right. So, and you have maximum of 1,000 character. So the checklist here, okay, all those documents are already uploaded. And then, so the documents, okay, these are the document I uploaded. Of course, these are just documents that are just used for the purpose of illustration. Then, yeah, so what next again? So the next one is about your document, okay? So where did you receive one of your letters of reference? Of course, you have to be full-time, all right? Then where did you receive the other letter of reference from? So is it full-time or part-time? So I think the best one should be civil society organization or network outside of my regular work. It is very, very important that you choose this one. But if your second reference comes from full-time job, you can take this one, or maybe from work as student organizations. But during my time, I selected this one. Okay, so in answer, okay, do your letter of reference, proof of work, and leadership experience certificate have the required stamps and signature? Of course, yes. Then click save. Then what next again? I think this is the last part. So once you are done, you can just, cross-check everything. These are your priority. So these are the priority that we selected, for programs or are health related. And then we come to applicant data and verification. This is your application number at university admission. Then these are the priority areas of your program. All right. So you have to choose the one that is related to your field. And for the purpose of this video, we use public health. So this should be health and life sciences. Others, your own may be different. So from the drop down, you can choose the one that is applicable to your program. All right. So then here we have applicant information. Of course, these are your information. So you have to go through them to make sure that they are correct. And then this is your contacts, your phone number, the academic background, where did you obtain bachelor's degree, your name of the university. I use University of Port Harcourt, highest level of education completed, so bachelor's degree. But if you have master's, you can click this. Then, in what field do you have or obtain your bachelor's degree? So, health and life sciences. And then, how many master's degrees do you have? I click none, but if you have, you can add it. Then, the year of your graduation, yeah, choose 2018. Then, have you previously study or pursue research in a country other than Sweden? So I choose no. Same thing too with this one, no. And the next one is work experience. So we look at it, so I use this is the focus work experience. So private sector, full time, the number of hours is 4,000 based on what I have in my first work experience from 4,000 hours. So the area is health and life sciences. Then leadership position, yes. So you choose maybe managing or chairing a company based on what this person is doing. Yours could be managing projects or devising a strategic direction of an organization or department. It could be teaching students or holding training courses. So whatever is applicable to you, you just select it, So, and then the leadership hours is, of course, I say should be the same thing with what you have in your leadership form. Then the same thing too for the second work experience, just go through it, the same process and all that. Then third work experience. But if you don't have it in your CV, for the third work experience, then don't fill anything, just leave it. Then here we have the activities and involvement. What are you currently doing? So employed. Then this, I say that during my time, yes, I'll be able to take unpaid leave during my studies. So these are the things you need to do. So once we are done, you can click submit. All right. Once you are done, you can click submit. And one interesting part is that even when you submit and you realize that you make a mistake, you can always go back and edit, make the corrections, and then you will submit again. All right. So maybe, for example, you made a mistake in your CV. You can go to your document and delete the CV. Let's say, for example, let's go to document. Let's say, okay, this is the CV. Let's say, for example, you made a mistake in your CV and you want to, so you can go and edit your application. So you can come here, I think, okay, you can delete this CV, and then you now re-upload it again. So the same thing too applies to all these other documents, your CV, reference, and all that. If you make any mistake, you can go here and delete them, and then resubmit. So once you are done, you can just click submit, and then you get a notification that your application has been received. Okay. So just go through these videos and make sure that you do the right thing. All right. Thank you. And I wish you best with your application.